Recently, I was working with someone and I saw as a Roth conversion saved them $1 million in taxes and added $1 million to their portfolio value over time. It was incredible, and today I'm going to unpack how they did it to help you do it too. My name is Brad, certified financial planner and your retirement readiness coach. And I'm passionate about teaching and coaching on financial matters, and that's why I shoot videos like this. Make sure to like and subscribe our channel below, share it with people who you think can benefit, and let's jump in. So I'm going to jump in and show you exactly how my client saved $1 million in taxes. And the name has been changed, so we'll just call her Jane Thomas. And Jane was on track to have a really nice retirement, and you can see liquid portfolio investments growing over time. I'm going to do that with a little thicker line. And you can see liquid portfolio investments growing over time. Jane was in good shape here. And of course, as we do with everybody we work with, we always stress test the plan to make sure that it can stand up to any sort of market scenario. And what you can see here is Jane has a 100% probability of not running out of money. She was in good shape. But what we want to do is help Jane go from good to great. Let me show you what I mean. So when we did a multi-year tax planning projection for Jane, what we saw here is as soon as she retires, there's this big gap here, and we like to call those the gap years. The gap years is the period of time between retirement, when retirement starts, and when required minimum distributions begin. And if you're born before the year 1960, that age is 73 for you. If you're born in 1960 or later, your required minimum distribution beginning date is age 75. And so what you see here for Jane is that there's this big gap here. And anytime we see that, that spells opportunity for Roth conversions. So let me show you. We ran a tax projection, and what we saw was that over the rest of Jane's life, she had a total tax liability of about $4.4 million. In other words, she was going to owe Uncle Sam $4.4 million over the rest of her life. Definitely making Uncle Sam very happy, I'm sure, but not making us or Jane happy. So what we did is we put a plan in place for doing Roth conversions in those gap years. And we looked at converting up to the top of the 12 and the 15% bracket. And we also looked at the 22 and the 28% bracket. And our findings were really interesting. You can see here the red years. Those are the years where her tax bill goes up because she's doing conversions in those low years. But by executing to the strategy, we found that we could save Jane over $1 million in taxes in her lifetime. And the good news was that her total portfolio value went up by almost $1 million. And that has a lot to do with there's no longer a tax drag on the investment portfolio. So she's getting better growth because not having to pay so much in taxes. And this is a $2 million turnaround. And when we showed Jane this, she was overjoyed because there's some things that she wants to do. She wants to give some money to her kids, she wants to give some money to her church, and she wants to take family vacations that are memorable, be able to take the kids and the grandkids on these vacations. And she's able to do this in a much more tax efficient way because of good, thoughtful, intentional planning. In the base case, before we did Roth conversions, Jane does have a small Roth IRA. So if we didn't do conversions, she was on track to have about $852,000 in the Roth at the end of her life. Not bad, but by implementing a strategic approach to Roth conversions, let me show you how it improved the outcome. And the good news is that Jane is able to pass on almost $5.3 million to her kids, totally tax-free. And Jane's kids are thrilled about that, and so is Jane. She gets to be able to take care of her kids and ultimately her grandkids, and all of it is tax-free, and the whole family is thrilled. In order to execute on this strategy, make sure that you're building up a cash reserve in the 3 to 5 years prior to retirement, because that's the money that you want to live on in the first part of retirement as you're executing on these Roth conversions. This strategy works. Now, the numbers may not be exactly the same for you, but it's the concepts that I want you to understand. Prepare to do conversions in the gap years by building up cash. Do the conversions in the lowest brackets possible, and then delay, defer, and grow those Roth IRAs so you can use them either down the road in the future for yourself, or they can be the bucket and the tool that you use to be able to give money to the next generation. I hope you found this helpful. Hey, if you're like most of the people I work with, you want to pay your fair share in taxes, but you never want to leave the IRS a tip. So I hope this is going to help you to save money on taxes and build more wealth in the future. Make sure to subscribe to our channel below, and I'll send you more coaching strategies like this, and we'll see you on the next one.